Look, we started it, and I'm not stopping it until we're done. Okay? I don't even know what to do for an intro, though. Do you want to do something? Or you want me to do it?
Between the two of us.
I think that works, too. Would you like to say what it's called?
Trash Panda Movie Club?
Why is it called that?
You're a trash panda?
Me? Trash Panda Movie Club. I had to look at the sign because I forgot what it is.
Take one.
Yep. And I'm Maria, and this is the funniest guy I could find on a Tuesday.
Tuesday and a half.
Kind of watched Jaws and didn't take notes.
A lot of people like Jaws.
So you didn't take any notes, and I did.
Right.
So I'm going to lead it.
That's probably going to be a constant.
Yeah, I'm going to do all the work, and then you're just going to be funny.
Enthusiasm.
Oh, can I? Okay, I have to stop for a second. You know why I picked this movie?
Sharks?
No, this movie ruined my brother's life.
Figuratively or literally?
Both.
Okay.
So he's 7 years older than me, so I wasn't even alive. But apparently, my dad had the movie on. He saw it, freaked him out so bad. He's terrified of sharks to this day. We had a lake property. He wouldn't even go in the lake because he thinks Jaws lives in it, like as a grown-ass adult. And I got him Shark Week for his birthday on DVD.
It's taunting. At a minimum.
He threw me down the stairs.
How old was he when he saw it?
I don't know, like 6 or 7 probably.
It would be scary if you were 6 or 7. It would be scary if the first time you saw it.
Yeah.
The second time, the suspense is a little more gone.
It's laughable.
I thought it was good.
Some parts were really funny.
Some parts were funny.
Test. What year was Jaws?
75.
Do you have any fun facts?
Lots.
You're going to do it as we go?
Absolutely.
Okay. Oh, and I should tell them, even though I told you, I read the book and it was much better. And they really did not do well.
Well, the mechanical shark was probably better in the book than the movie.
The shark actually, we'll get there when we get there, I guess. But he doesn't take a sweet time eating people is all I'm saying.
Well, fun fact number 1, his name is Bruce.
No, it's a female.
No, its name is Bruce. Google it. Steven Spielberg.
Okay, so what do you remember from the beginning?
The movie starts with a beach scene where
an awkward beach scene.
An awkward beach scene, which you've informed me there's a lobster.
There's a girl literally sitting there. She has a full lobster, and then one of its claws is detached, and she's like trying to put it back on.
That's one of the signs of his torture animals.
She's not the one that ended up murdering everyone.
Maybe she's the real mom in the book.
She probably
Did you ever
is.
think of that?
I gotta find that girl. So then, what happens? Do you know? I'm just gonna test you the whole time.
This is great.
Random drunk guy.
The what? Oh, I thought you were talking about me. The world's most awkward makeout and then shark attack.
Oh, yeah. You noticed that too?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, okay. So she's running through, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, that seems right. And then, well, what I was really focused on was eccentric death scene that she has.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Wait. So the girl, for our listeners, because you're just like, she dies. Way to go. Spoiler alert. So this guy, she's like, hey, do you want to fuck in the water? And she's like, yeah, okay, I'm drunk.
There
and
wasn't
then,
a lot of dialogue in the movie. That must be a book part.
No, and then they run. This doesn't even happen in the book. They're a couple in the book, and they're staying at their friend's house, okay? And then look what you did. I could have a whole nother episode about this freaking book. So anyways, he's chasing after her, and she's like, let's get in the water. It's like 20 degrees. It's supposed to be super cold. I don't know. It's really stupid. So she gets in the water, and she's swimming, and he's like passed out drunk. Correct?
Yes.
Okay, so then the music, which I don't think we can do because copyright. Yep.
William score.
Would you like to explain her death?
Sure.
Which is like the only thing we talked about.
Yeah. So it basically looks like they stuck a mechanical bull underwater. But fun fact number 2.
Oh.
They tied a bunch of weights to her and had a crew on one side of the island with a rope and the crew on the other side.
You looked it up?
Yeah, and they just violently drug her back and forth while she flailed to film that scene.
Oh my god,
and
it shows too.
Looks like it.
Yeah, and then when she gets on the,
looks like she's getting murdered by a casting.
Oh yeah. It looks like when they tie you to the horses and the horses all run different directions.
Quartering.
Yes.
Is the term you're looking for.
Yes.
It's it is. I've never been attacked by a shark. I've never seen somebody be attacked by a shark. But I do not believe that it's that.
No. Okay, so like in the book, he just bites her leg and then pulls her under and she's dead. Like my note literally says, Josh takes his sweet time in the movie compared to the book.
Well, it is probably the flailing
yeah.
around.
I laughed out loud too.
It's going to be like
part.
30 minutes of this podcast talking about it because it's that fun.
It's true. Okay, so the next part, we meet Chief Brody, police chief.
Police chief.
And his smoking hot wife. Her boobs are out like all the time. They don't. Okay, you know what? You know the reason I know that? Because they give you eye candy, but nothing for me. He's in his full uniform the whole time.
Some people like that.
Not me. Anyways, so he's there with his fam or whatever. And
you didn't think that the mayor was hot?
Oh my God. In that suit jacket. That's what's up. No, okay. And I was really
fear of an election.
We'll get there though.
All right.
Hooper was supposed to be hot and I was really mad about it. That gap tooth just does nothing for me.
You can call Julia Louise and tell her that her dad's ugly.
It's true though. Anyways, so his family's there. Did you notice his son, his derpy son, who's like, I got bit by a vampire or whatever when he's like comes in before the phone call?
Oh, that part.
It's at the very beginning.
I did notice.
Oh my God. It's not even in my notes. I just remember it. Okay. So anyways, he answers his phone. He has 2 phones. Why? I don't know. Which you probably didn't notice that either.
A landline for his family and an official one for official business.
I guess. Okay. So they say there's a floater, which I know that from the book. I don't know if they actually say that in the movie.
Did you even watch the movie?
I did watch the movie. No. Because there are people that die in the movie or in the book that don't die in the movie.
Yeah. Fun fact number 3. Did you know that Steven Spielberg cut out a couple death scenes?
Guessed. I would have never guessed. He also, he cut out some other stuff. Anyways, so the drunk guy from the beginning, 10 minutes ago, he's like, she must have drowned. I was passed out. I didn't even get to have sex with her. Oh, no. And, okay, so this is the part where...
Well, it depends on which half of her washes.
Is her arm, so I guess.
Oh, then he's still got a shot.
Oh, God, we're going to get canceled. Oh, yeah, did you see Brody walking down the dune? That's what I was texting you about. Where he, like, breaks his ankle trying to walk down there, and then they just keep filming.
Yeah.
Later on, he also gets hit in the head with a sign while walking down the hallway.
Well, it's tough being sheriff of a small
apparently
island.
So anyways, I rewound that part 3 times and watched him just like biff down the dune.
Did you notice how realistic the arm looked?
Yeah. Okay, and it's covered.
Do you know why?
Why?
Because
fun fact
number 27, they didn't like the way that the fake arms look, so they actually just buried a cast member and had her stick her arm up.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I would be like, that's me. I'm the extra arm. I don't understand the crabs though. Why there's like
I didn't understand that either.
Okay.
That was real weird. For the people who haven't watched the movie,
watch the book.
There's just a pile of crabs, like a Joe's Crab Shack level amount of crabs, just in and around this arm.
Yeah, and I was really offended because I'm allergic to shellfish.
Like a full naval base with crabs.
If you could see my face right now,
Ow.
Just the sheer laughter / disappointment. Moving forward, or we'll never.
Next
get
time you
it.
could hold out for somebody on a Thursday.
On a Thursday, yeah, I need to find a funny guy on a Thursday that's seen the movie that didn't take notes. That would be real difficult. Hey, you guy, did you see this movie? Cool.
Big Jaws guy.
God. Okay, so we're at the police station. Let's focus. So the secretary. Oh, do you remember what the secretary was saying that people were complaining about? Because I totally wrote it down. It was really funny, and it makes me think of Allie.
Was it kids throwing shit at each other?
No, 9-year-olds from the karate school keep karate chopping the picket fences.
Karate chopping shit. Yeah.
And then when they're walking through the town, the guy's like, look at my picket fence. Look what these kids did.
That's how you get to 11 pages.
Well, it's got to be an hour. It's fine.
I'd be on a boat.
It did take him a long time to get on the boat, didn't it?
A long time to get on the boat.
I told you the first half of the movie, $8. That's all they spent.
$64 an extra. Fun fact number 24.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
What about the girl with the arm? She extra?
I'm guessing that was the extra.
Okay, so Brody, the cop, is going to close the beaches and have Hendricks, that derpy police officer. He's super derp.
Yeah, so this is where I have hot takes. Definitely every politician in the world would try to keep that fucking beach open.
Yeah.
And are we allowed to say fuck?
That's what happened.
Can I say fuck?
I already said it once.
Oh, great. That's awesome.
What the mayor's trying to do, though.
Yeah. The mayor is a perfect representation of a small town elected official.
Okay, but
it is
in the books,
on brand.
He's part of the mob. Or no, he's not part of the mob. He's being blackmailed by the mob in the books. It's a whole thing.
Keep the beach open?
Yes. No, okay.
Because the mob controls the sand business?
What happened was it's a small town, and then they have like the people come visit in the summers. So when the shark stuff happened the first time, everyone was all freaked out and not buying stuff. So the mob went and bought stuff low, and then he wanted the mayor to like open it up so people come and they can sell it high. I don't know. I didn't write it.
Like the 49ers when they buy up all the shovels and shit? And
that's probably why I got left out of the movie. And that's when they murdered the cat.
There's a dead cat?
Yes.
I missed that part.
No, not in the movie.
Oh, I was going to say. Jeez,
no, they break its neck in front of Brody's kid.
What in the fuck is this book?
I told you. It's horrible. And it's right after that like 30-page sex scene.
I don't think I...
No, you definitely didn't read the book. Okay, so anyways, the sign making, he also like biffs in the store trying to get the freaking paintbrushes.
Yeah.
I watched that like 15 times too. So anyways, my next note says, oh shit, the Boy Scouts are doing their mile swim for their merit badges.
I've done that twice, actually.
Did you get a merit badge?
It's not a merit badge. It's an award, but you get a little patch.
That would be a merit badge.
No. It's not a merit badge. Okay. I'm not going to sidetrack. There's a whole thing on the difference between a merit badge and just a patch, but it is a patch that you can earn in Boy Scouting. Okay. Very different than a merit badge.
I became a brownie scout, and then I was like, this sucks. Okay, next note. The mayors and a bunch of dorks come up and complain about wanting the beaches to stay open.
It's exactly like any... They were city councilmen, I believe.
Okay, one was the autopsy person.
Coroner.
Yes, one was a newspaper person.
Okay.
And then I think one was a derpy cop and one was probably a councilman.
All
but
right.
I only know that because in the books, the newspaper guy is like really important and they say his name. Okay. They need some $. So that's what they say. Okay. My question about that scene though is so they drive the car onto that ferry thing or whatever because he's like, go out to the Boy Scouts so I can tell them not to get eaten by a shark or whatever. And then they literally have this conversation and then they don't talk to the Boy Scouts at all and then they just come back.
Yeah, they do that.
Why?
Because it's a plot hole.
I hated it. It literally bugged the shit out of me.
I think you took this very personal. Is this what the book did? Because you read the book before you saw the movie, right?
Yeah, I read it in like
so
3
you
days.
spent the whole movie that we're supposed to be talking about being pissed about a book that is irrelevant.
Yeah, it adds color.
I think you should have probably watched the movie, then read the book, then come back if you were going to scissor it. No?
You have to read the book first.
It's part of the process.
Yeah. Okay, so anyways, there's a bunch of people swimming. This is like when they're on the beach or whatever. And that kid Alex, which I'm sure you don't remember his name, but I do because it's a big deal in the book, is swimming on his raft because he's like, hey, Mom.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so fun fact, he's 6 years old in the book.
But he looks like he's 12 in this.
Yeah, and his mom in the book is like, sure, go die. I don't care. I'm taking a nap.
Right. And then the hippie intercepts the shark.
No, wait.
Oh.
You skipped a good part, though.
Spoiler.
So there's that dog playing fetch.
Okay.
And it totally cock blocks that couple.
Okay.
Do you not remember that part?
I don't.
And then the dog dies?
What?
The dog dies.
In the book or the movie?
Movie.
I don't think that we watched the same movie. I'm starting to think that
kid
you are
is
much
playing...
too detailed.
No, that kid is playing fetch, and then he's calling his dog, and the stick's just floating in the water. This is right before the other kid dies.
I must have been focused on the other kid dying.
Okay, so anyways, I forget his name.
Well, you're an
Alex.
You're an animal.
I know, huge.
And I'm an animal tolerator. So
you have a pet dog.
Well, yeah, I do. I do that, but I don't have 3, so it's different.
Yeah, something like that. Okay, I also want to know why his mom looks 65 freaking years old.
No comment.
She's so old. All the parents are old. Later on, there's like a parent.
Sometimes people age at different rates.
I got called 19 today.
She could have had a tough time. She could have had a tough childbirth or 2.
One. She didn't even watch him, and then he died. Who's her other son?
Brody's mom? Brody's wife?
No.
Oh.
Alex's mom.
I don't know who Alex's mom is.
The one. Okay.
The one who slaps him.
Yes.
Did
Spoilers.
you know?
Spoilers.
Oh, spoiler. I got another fun fact.
Okay.
Took him 17 takes to do it. She couldn't fake slap, so she just beat the shit out of the actor the whole movie.
That's amazing.
Yeah, she just beat the shit out. One time she broke his glasses slapping him because she hit him so hard.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay, I like this. I like these fun facts.
See?
I was going to say too, which you don't even remember, I'm sure, but in that scene, you don't know who's going to die if you don't like read the books. So it's like zooming in on that fat lady and then the kid and then the guy playing fetch and the other kids or whatever. It's like zooming around. You don't know which one Joss is going to eat.
Now, is this the part where the mayor has come back and told one of the city councilmen to get him and his fat family into the lake because nobody's swimming?
Not yet.
After the beach is closed?
Why are they like 1 million years old? Their kids are like 12.
Listen, not everybody has to have kids at 20.
Okay, 24. Anyways, whatever. Jaws music. The kids are in the water. Kid on the raft gets eaten.
Hippie on the raft.
It's a kid.
No, it was a dirty hippie.
It's Alex.
On the boat?
No.
Okay. The hippie comes in and warns them.
No, not yet. You're way far ahead. That's like way later.
Are we still on the beginning?
Kinda. No, Alex is dying. This is second death. Don't worry.
Feels like. All right, go ahead.
What do you want from me? Then you tell the whole thing in 5 minutes. I'll just sit here.
No, it was great. It was great. Go ahead.
Hey, I was just wondering how many podcast episodes you have. Yeah, that's what I thought.
But I'll tell you what, you're really getting all $8 out of this first half of the movie.
Multiple people die. Also in the book, an old man dies at the same time as Alex. So anyways, I'm just going to keep moving because you're the one slowing us down.
You're the one who has to edit.
So I know. So, town meeting. I sent you that picture.
Yes.
I laughed so hard at that. I paused it to write something, and then I just saw.
I had absolutely never noticed that before, but there is the most amazing cartoonish drawing of a shark eating somebody.
That's all that's on the board, too.
On the whiteboard during the shark meeting at the town hall.
Yeah, that's it, though.
There is nothing on the board. But what looks like an 8-year-old drew a shark eating somebody.
You know, some like intern probably like drew. It's like, they'll never notice.
It literally looks like somebody from the crew was fucking around one day between takes.
Yeah.
1000%.
And I love it. And I found it and I screenshotted it. So anyways,
Never seen it before.
They're gonna, okay, so the town meeting, they're like, blah, blah, blah. We're gonna have shark spotters, blah, blah, blah. We're not gonna close beaches. Or I think they are going for like 24 hours or whatever.
Yeah.
And then, oh my God, the people in the background. Did you listen to any of the people yelling in the background too? They yelled the most random shit. Like, I think they didn't, like, monitor them at all.
What were they saying?
Like, someone was just screaming, like, 24 hours, that's like 36 weeks! And they just screamed that during the town meeting.
They don't want their Dairy Queen type businesses to close.
My note literally says it's like they let the extras do whatever they want.
Small, $64 a day. Small businesses are the backbone of this island economy.
It really is.
And
read the book.
we cannot close down the Puka Shell store.
Read the book.
Or the Dairy Queen, or whatever.
So then the chalkboard scratch, I literally took my headphones off.
That's rough.
I hated it. It was like 3 minutes long.
I'm shuddering just thinking about it.
Okay, so that's crotchy old
Quint.
Quint? I have an ex named Clint, so it's really annoying. But so he's eating that goddamn cracker, and he's like, you know what I do. No one knows you do. I know what he does because I read the damn book.
Would you like to just do a book review?
No, but I'm just saying he does some illegal shit in the books. Like, he just, like, takes rich people out to hunt whatever they want, even if they're, like, endangered, like dolphins and shit.
Okay, first of all, that's probably an old New England dream.
He takes a baby dolphin out of the womb of its mother and uses it as bait to catch Jaws in the book.
Did it work?
No. Jaws just, like, swallowed the whole thing. It was like, bye!
It's like the veal of the sea.
Mm-mm.
No? Too much? It'll be funny to see if that joke makes it in or not.
Yeah, because I'm the one that edits.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
So anyways, he's like, I'll catch this bird. I'm like, it's a shark, but okay. And then he's like, the shark will swallow you whole. And I'm like, but it hasn't.
No, it has not.
It
Even though
does
it
in
has
the
an
books,
enormous mouth.
It really can. It swallows that kid whole. It's kind of cool. Okay, I'm going to talk about the book again. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Why
stop now?
They go from like Jaws' perspective, and then they go from like what the kid got eaten so quickly he couldn't even comprehend what was going on. Like, it goes, I don't know. It's written okay. Shut up. You gave me a look, so I shut up. So anyways, I said, stop eating the cracker while you fucking talk is my next note. He says he'll catch a kill the shark for 10 grand.
Now, you pause this every 30 seconds
I
to
was
take
typing
a note,
while I was
or
watching it. I can type and
I can barely watch a movie and remember the parts of it.
Because you have ADHD and I have OCD.
Yeah, we could
So
call it the
anyways-
Yin Yang podcast.
Anyways, Brody's trying to learn about sharks in the shark book, which I don't know where the fuck he got those. His small son. His son's in that small boat or whatever.
2 boys.
Yeah.
And finally, the dirty hippie appears.
Not yet. No, we're not there yet.
Oh my God, we started at the dirty hippie?
No!
Oh, he's never coming.
Here, I'll get there. Okay. Oh, okay. You'll like this part. I know you like this part. The 2 idiot dudes that throw the roast off the pier.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's you. I thought of you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're too kind.
And they tie a tire to it to try to catch a shark.
Well, statistically, until you know that the barrels don't work, you wouldn't know that the tire would.
And they use his wife's roast or whatever. So then shark music happens. And what happens? The shark rips the freaking pier apart and they both fall in like idiots. And then that one guy can't swim? Really? This was like so funny. I laughed so hard at this part.
I'll be very honest. This might have been my cocktail break for the movie.
That's a wrap, people. We're done. I'm done. No, okay. The Jaws pulls apart the pier. And the one guy falls in, and then the whole pier is chasing the guy around. That's so funny. I laughed at that part so hard.
I was so enthusiastic for this whole thing that I apparently have missed all of these little funny plot holes that you...
It's not a plot hole. It's just
Plot
funny.
point.
And then he's like, I can't get up on the thing. And the other guy's calling him like a dog. And he's like, come here, boy. You got this. You don't remember any of that? I laughed.
Definitely drink break.
Oh, my God. You're so annoying. Okay, I'll keep us moving then. Let's see if I can get to the part you like.
What are the rest of your notes about?
I said he finally gets out and poor Jaws is disappointed.
You did root for the shark.
I did. Okay. Oh, okay. So, okay, we're going to have to talk about this. So I said, yay, we get to meet douchebag Matt Hooper. But
Hooper.
I like Hooper in the movie.
I did too. He might have been my favorite character.
Yeah.
Well, as a crotchety old man, I really relate to
Quint. Yeah.
Quint, but who I'm going to refer to as Shaw because that's the name of the actor at some point. So forgive me in
That's fine.
advance. But yeah,
Hooper's cool.
the worst is the sheriff. I kind of rooted for him to die the whole time.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, he's a hero in the books.
Wow.
Hooper's a douchebag in the books, like insufferable. And,
Really?
And he sleeps with Brody's wife.
The old lady. Oh, you said she was hot.
She's not, like, boobs out, man. So anyways, he's a shark expert. Hooper is. And I said I thought he'd be hotter via the book. I was pretty mad if I wrote that down. Oh, yeah. So everyone's coming from everywhere to try to catch this stupid shark.
Right.
And they're chumming and throwing fucking dynamite into the water.
As one does.
Yes. Oh, yeah. They go to see the remains of the first girl.
Mm-hmm.
Did anything stick out to you about that scene? Because
What do you have?
I said, I can't tell if Hooper is upset or turned on. And I said, all I know is there's heavy breathing. He does this like multiple times in the movie.
What?
When he's looking at the dead girl, he's just like,
Probably having a panic attack.
no, he was into it. He like weirdly is into sharks. He does it multiple times. When he's cutting open the tiger shark.
He does.
He's turned
have
on.
a bit of a shark fetish. That's fair.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So anyways, he's like, this wasn't a boat. It was a huge shark. Duh, we know. We saw it. Yeah. Townsfolks catch the shark,
The shark.
which is a tiger shark. And then that one guy's like, what's a tiger shark? Whatever. He's so confused. So anyways,
It's a
that's
better
not in my
shark
notes.
than
I
I've had.
just remember it. So
Look at
shut
you.
up.
Someday you too could have ADHD.
Oh my God. Okay. So anyways, the bite radius doesn't line up. Blah, blah, blah. It's not Jaws, obviously. So they want to cut open. Hooper cuts open the shark. And what does he find? It's not in my notes, but I remember.
He finds a license plate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's really hyped about it.
Well, wouldn't you be?
Why?
Turns out tiger sharks are just the trash cans of the sea. The trash
Really?
pandas of the sea.
They are the trash pandas of the sea. Oh my gosh. And then let's see here.
Tying it back.
Oh yeah.
We're tying it all back.
We're back. Yeah, we're back to Alex's mom bitch slapping Brody, which you already talked about your fun fact there or whatever.
Right.
Let's see here. Oh yeah, so Hooper goes to their house and he brings all that
I
wine.
was just going to say, when they decide to get drunk because they're sad.
Yeah. Okay. I feel attacked by the way that Brody drinks though, because he already had like something in that glass, like some sort of liquor, and then he just pours the wine like straight onto it. To the top. That was me 2 years ago.
What?
Yeah. I would just be like, fuck it, psh, put it in whatever.
Oh, you can't layer like
and not
that.
let it breathe.
Oh, I'd rinse.
I'm the worst Italian ever.
I'd rinse if I was going to switch out.
Once you drink enough, it all tastes the same. Did for me. That's why I don't drink anymore.
Fun at parties.
Too fun. Oh, and then he takes the dinner plate from Brody.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, anyone eating this? As he starts eating.
That was awesome. That's
was,
a baller move. I'll bring a wine. I don't have anybody to cook for me, so I'm just going to take your food and best of luck.
Right?
But to be fair, it kind of looks like Brody needed it because he was down. And that's what bros do.
Yeah.
You're going to be a bro and you're going to lift your bro up.
Well, and then Ellen's like, I heard you're in sharks.
Into sharks. Yeah, because there's a weird shark sexual...
she said like inside or something. She said...
There's a weird sexual shark undertone to most of this movie.
Oh, I also said that Brody opens the bottle in a very unacceptable way. He literally like lays it flat on the table. It's like trying to open a bottle of wine. I didn't appreciate that. So anyways.
You are so detail-oriented.
No, I'm just trying to skip ahead to where I was. So... okay. Oh, I said Hooper's shark knowledge makes me want to punch myself in the face, but I don't know what he said. I don't know, just something. My thoughts just kind of come out in the notes.
He was just talking about sharks, man.
I know,
He's
too
just
much.
a shark enthusiast talking about sharks.
Oh, here's a fun fact for you
Okay,
about sharks.
I love fun facts. Clearly.
So when I was in high school, we had to do this thing. I don't know, whatever, but my thing to research was how deadly sharks were.
Mm-hmm.
And you're 10 times more likely to die from a coconut hitting you in the head than a shark attack.
In 1906, 1,000 people died.
Well,
Fun fact.
there's no
Number
coconuts
38.
there.
That's what the movie's based off.
I know. Anyways, I didn't know that.
You did?
I did.
We got one.
I know. I do. My favorite fun fact is the arm thing, though.
Yeah. Well, the arm was just so weird. We're circling back hard.
Okay.
But the arm was just so weirdly covered in shit.
Yeah. It was, the crabs were too much.
It was overset design.
So they go to look for Jaws at night, Hooper and Brody, which in the book they repeatedly say is a really fucking stupid idea.
Yeah, I think getting belligerently drunk and then going on a boat in the middle of the night to hunt a shark is a bad idea.
He's afraid of water.
I don't think they want you to boat drunk. I don't think they want you to really boat at night. And
it's
I really
the police chief. He
don't
can do
think
what he
that-
wants.
Well, I'm not saying he's going to get pulled over. I'm just saying I think a lot of bad choices are being made.
Well, by the police chief.
I don't think that's carte blanche to do what you want, though.
He even says to his wife, he's like, I'm the police chief. I can do what I want. He says that at the dinner.
Are you sure he wasn't the mob boss?
Not in the book. Maybe they switched it for the movie.
Maybe.
So anyways, they're in Hooper's rich bitch boat, as I called it.
Oh, the fancy,
his
paid
fancy
for.
whatever. Yep. Okay, so they find that abandoned fisherman's boat. Did you like the jump scare?
I did like the jump scare.
So what happens?
As an anti-fan.
Backtrack.
Okay, so when they go out, they find an abandoned boat of a guy who we're going to call Mr. McGruber.
His name's Ben.
Ben's boat. They find Ben's boat.
Ben the fisherman.
Not to be confused with Mr. McGruber. They find Ben's boat floating sort of half sunk, limping along a little bit. And then Dreyfus gets out into his fancy, puts on his shark
Super smart. Super smart idea.
And goes to investigate. And he goes to look into the hull to see if he can find any signs of what happened to the boat. And he finds a shark tooth in a hole. And so he pulls it out. And then he turns around. When he turns around, Ben's face kind of drifts down into it.
Without an eye.
Scares the shit out of him.
Where's his eye?
Yeah, I don't know that it looked like he had a missing eye as much as it looked like he got clawed by a cat, which was confusing.
Right. I was very confused by the damages.
Yeah, it was weird. I will give you that it looked like it was a shark movie made by people who'd never seen a shark before.
Oh, definitely. Midwesterner.
For sure. Certainly somebody who'd never seen a shark attack or a shark attack victim.
It's like if my brother tried to make
a
shark movie because he thinks they live in the lake.
With its claws. It clawed his face.
It did.
Yeah.
But anyways, he drops all his shit.
And he drops all the shit, all the evidence of the shark.
Which is a recurring theme for Hooper.
Plot point later.
Okay. So the mayor's like, there's a great white.
We're just at the hippie part?
That's like in the middle of the movie.
Oh my God, that's when I started paying attention.
That's when your drink kicked in.
Ugh.
So anyways, a billion people are coming for 4th of July. No, we're not going to fucking close it. Whatever. We see them all getting off the boat. Variety of people, including nuns.
Nuns like water too.
So
I have a joke. You're gonna have to say it.
Yep. So anyways, this is when he goes up, the mayor, Larry, goes up to that old guy and his 3 young children.
He goes up to this middle to late aged man and what are appropriately aged grandchildren.
Yes.
Inappropriately aged children, unless they got a surrogate. And gives them a whole speech about how everybody's too afraid of the water even though they're there, and makes this guy just against his will, looking so sad like he got caught by the teacher, go and stand in the water to encourage other people with his kids. Just to shove his kids out like a human.
On a raft.
Yeah.
When the last kid literally died on a raft. Smart.
Well, you know.
But they have patrol people.
Maybe that was the kid he liked to leave.
Maybe. That wasn't his kid.
Well, then he doesn't care at all.
No, he doesn't. They have people on walkie-talkies. Hooper's out there.
Well, they've surrounded the beach with boats and patrols of people.
Yeah, so because that's going to help.
Apparently not.
And then
Spoiler
they
alert.
see a shark fin.
They see a shark fin.
And panic.
And everybody runs back onto the beach.
Wait, did you notice the guy that knocked those 3 kids off that damn raft, though?
Yeah.
What a dick.
Well,
I was rooting for him to get eaten.
You know, it's kind of like being on an airplane. If the masks come down, you got to put on your own for safety first before you can help like an incapacitated
He literally
minor or something.
stole it.
Well, they weren't fast. It's kind of like the grizzly bear principle, where you don't have to be the fastest person. You just have to be faster than the slowest kid.
So I'm fine.
Yeah.
If it was you and me out in the woods.
Oh, you're fucked. I'm fast like all the short distances.
Okay. I can climb a tree.
That's true. I can't climb a tree.
Panic. People trip. Okay, that scene was really bad. People were literally just sitting in the water screaming. Children were swimming by just like barely moving their fingertips. It was bad.
It was a parent exodus, and some kids also got brushed ashore as their parents ran past them.
Yes, definitely. So the shark fin emerges by the Coast Guard, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
The people with the guns.
Yeah. When they pull up on the shark, it turns out to just be a little boy who got dared by his friend.
Dicks.
Yeah.
He was like, I didn't do it. My friend made me.
But my favorite fact that I'm going to share today is that little boy is now the sheriff of the island where they shot the movie.
Oh my God. You're lying.
No, I'm dead ass serious.
That's amazing. That's great. Okay, that's my new favorite.
Yeah.
Fun fact.
He was a deputy. He got sworn in a couple months ago.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Good fun fact. Okay, so Brody's kid is in they call it something, the pond or whatever.
Pontoon? Oh, lagoon.
Like
inlet
yeah.
thing.
And then there's like some dude on a rowboat and he's like, hey kids, you having a problem? I'm like gonna molest you. He's real creepy.
He was just a dirty hippie.
He's creepy.
Well, the shark,
I'm glad he died.
Well, the shark probably ate him because he could smell him.
It's true.
That's what dirty hippies,
So Jaws knocks him out of his rowboat, and then the kids randomly fall out of their boat in slow motion.
The kids really fall out, and they don't They shouldn't have. They didn't need to, and it was weird. I don't know why
and
the
then
kids.
the one kid takes forever to fall. He's like, "Oh no!"
It was a little 70s special effecty there.
Yeah, that was bad. I was like,
Yeah.
"What?" Yeah. So then, rowboat hippie,
Dirty hippie.
his leg sinks to the bottom of the ocean, basically.
Yeah. They must have been tight on the budget then. They'd spent their whole $7 on the first half.
Yeah.
So they only had $1 left for his. But you did see, and to their credit, though, it was a very realistic looking leg.
Yeah. Not as realistic as the hand.
Well, after I read the fact about the hand, I was looking for it. I was like, how bad?
You're
How
like,
do they
is
do
this
this one?
someone's
And then I
leg?
was like, oh, shit, that kind of looks real.
Oh my God. I donate my leg to a movie.
I don't think that's right. Although, this was Steven Spielberg, right?
Yes.
And when Steven Spielberg did Saving Private Ryan for the D-Day scene, he only hired amputees.
That's fantastic.
So that they'd be realistic. So when they were blowing off arms and legs of people in that movie and people were like rolling around with stubs, that's probably not the right way to say that, but when they were rolling around with stubs and stuff, that was actual amputees, combat veterans.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Fun fact.
Wrong
movie.
Wrong side, though, too, because that was a stub sticking on their body, not a loose leg. Those are harder to come by.
So Brody's dumbass kid doesn't know how to swim.
Yeah.
And he's like, there's a shark in the water. My dad warned me about this. I'm going to just scream and cry.
And then he randomly goes into shock, and I'm not sure how shock works.
Why is he staying overnight at the hospital?
I don't understand. Maybe we should have found a nurse to ask this question to. I have no idea how shock works. I think it's just when you're kind of like jittery or whatever, not you pass out for a while, then you come to, then you spend the night at the hospital.
Your mom brings you coffee ice cream.
Yeah.
That was weird. That really stuck out to me.
What do you want? Coffee and ice cream.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, what? And before that, their youngest, they just leave crying on the beach. They zoom in on him crying alone.
Well, yeah, they didn't care as much. And then the mayor goes and and then Hooper.
No, wait. The mayor goes to the hospital and is freaking smoking.
Yeah,
In the hospital. I wrote that.
No oxygen tanks nearby.
Yeah.
And
Not
apologizes to Brody.
Yeah, and he's going to hire...
For not shutting down the beach.
And he's like, I had kids. Where? Why didn't you send your kids in the water?
Well, you don't want to sacrifice your own children when you can make a city councilman's kids go out and get eaten.
I don't believe he has kids.
And to be fair, it was just a dirty hippie.
Yeah, I'm fine with that one.
So
that doesn't happen in the books.
Yeah. That was add on. And then Brody makes him sign the piece of paper to hire Hooper to go out and Quinn. Jesus.
Both of them are coming though. Yeah.
Shark guy number 2.
Weird shark guy.
Fisher shark guy.
Super weird shark guy.
Shark fisherman. Makes him hire him to go and kill the shark.
And then there, movie over, done.
Yeah.
No.
Right.
So when Quinn doesn't want to take Hooper with him, and he like grabs his hand, I'm like, are they gonna kiss? They're gonna make out, aren't they?
They fucked with each other an awful lot in this movie.
It's sharks. Hooper's got a thing for sharks and Quint, man.
Well,
it's like his best combination. He's like a guy obsessed with sharks. That's close enough to a shark.
Hooper and Quinn, Shaw and Dreyfus actually hated each other.
Oh my God.
And they would just fucking fight with each other all the time.
That's why it's so good.
And I guess like Quinn kept calling Hooper like a pussy and trying to get him to jump off stuff. And one day was just drunk on set and tried to get him to jump off the mast of the ship. Like, I'll give you $1,000 if you jump off the 70-foot mast.
Oh my God.
And finally Spielberg had to come in and say, shut the fuck up. Nobody's doing any of this dumb shit, because he would just bully him nonstop. So like the hatred they had for each other was very genuine.
I love it.
And real.
It was pretty good.
And it showed, because they did not look happy to spend time with each other.
No, but that was like the whole point.
Yes.
Hooper's going to bring his anti-shark cage.
Anti-shark cage, which seems like a trap, and his tanks, and his random fishing gun thing.
But he doesn't bring the little tracker thing that they used at night.
He brings the tracker.
He doesn't use it. No. The like, you know how when they go
radar.
Yeah, he doesn't have that.
Well, that's because they don't let him take his boat. He has to take the orca.
But he has other shit, doesn't he?
The only name I remember this whole thing is the orca, the boat.
Because it's a killer whale. That they go into that in the book a lot too. So, anyways, Quint's singing his stupid sea shanties all the rest of the time.
Well, let's take a second to just really appreciate Quint's awesome sea shack, though.
It's pretty good.
It looks like an amazing representation of what I think a New England fisherman who gets drunk in a cabin would look like.
Oh, and he makes his own liquor.
Yeah, and it's like
Jailhouse.
And he's got like shark jaws, like a hillbilly would have deer heads all over the walls, and it is incredible.
And he's just covered in blood, handing them homemade liquor.
I like to think that is what this is the pause part.
Yes.
What's the stupid movie?
I won't know.
Yeah, I know. No, you will. Avengers, Thor. I like to think it looks like Thor is what Thor's little shack at the end is based off of, where he gets fat and drunk. And
You know, I've never seen any of the Avengers.
You've never seen any Avengers?
None.
We're not picking them.
Good.
But
and we both never seen Star Wars, so just unsubscribe now.
yeah, well, or appreciate the good. But yeah, Fat Thor's shack. That's what it looks like to me.
I'll let someone else enjoy that joke since I can't.
Cackling is happening now.
Sorry. Okay, so then Ellen, that's Brody's wife, in case you forgot. She's a major character in the book. And she's a stupid mom. She sucks. She's
Would you like to take a minute to talk about her from the book?
No, she's a slut. No, she just... Yeah, she is. It's a whole thing. Okay, so no. It's 20 pages of my life I'll never
For everybody
get back.
caping up, this is boobs out late in the movie.
Yes, it is. Okay, so anyway, maybe that's why maybe I'm putting that on her.
I think you're projecting.
I think I am. So anyways.
Because I didn't notice that at all.
Or maybe I'm just a little bi.
That could be.
I worry. So anyways, Ellen, let's see here. Okay. Oh, so she's like saying goodbye to him or whatever. And she's like, what am I going to tell the kids? And he's like, tell him I went fishing. And I'm like, calm down, James Bond. It's going to be okay.
He's just so excited. Well, he's scared.
He's terrified because he's scared of drowning, not the big ass shark that's eating people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not my favorite character.
Fun fact, when in the book, when they're to pass the time, he brings an erotic novel to read around two other dudes.
What is this book?
I don't know.
What? Is it like a J.R. Martin or whatever? Like, incredible. Sex book.
Yeah, look at the...
Oh, the lady's naked on the cover.
Yeah.
Look at that. Isn't that exciting? And on the back, it's just the same image.
It was like $8 on Amazon, though, so I didn't waste too much. So, okay, let's see here. I don't know what's happening, but I said Quint is absolutely psychotic, and I'm 100% here for it. That's just probably a general statement of his being.
I would guess that's when he's fucking around with telling him what to do and bossing around the boat.
Oh, okay.
That's with the fishing pole, right?
Yeah.
When they start fishing.
Well, wait, and I know you love this part when he chugs the beer and he crushes the can.
Yeah.
And then Hooper chugs his water or whatever, and he crushes his little paper cup or whatever, and he like throws it down. That was hilarious.
It's just two guys who hate each other.
I know. I feel like that was just improv too.
Actually, I think a lot of it was improv.
Probably. Okay, so then Brody gets absolutely wrecked by the air compression tanks or whatever. What are they called? The air tanks?
The crush bomb.
Oh, yeah, he gets hit by the air tank things. Scuba tanks. What are those called?
Air compressors.
Whatever.
Oxygen tanks.
But that's important that he gets wrecked by that because the movie's like, look at these, let's zoom in or whatever.
Yeah. A little foreshadowing.
Yeah. So then, why is Hooper flipping his shit? That's what I said. Oh, he's like, this could blow up or whatever.
Yeah. So they talk about how the so when they're fishing for the shark the first time.
Oh, this is like right. Because Quint's eating that damn cracker again while the rod's going out.
Yeah, so they're fishing again with piano wire or whatever, and they catch something.
Oh,
big,
yeah.
And then the boat kind of jerks, and that's when the oxygen tanks bust loose from the shoddy rope work.
Yeah, which is like a whole thing that they hate each other over. Like,
there's a lot of rope talk in this book. It's a weird...
It is.
Is it R.R. Martin or J.R. Martin?
Just say
the
both,
Game of Thrones
and
guy?
then I'll just keep it in.
The Game of Thrones guy. There's a lot of weird Game of Thrones guy sex references in this book.
Yeah. The eel goes in the cave. The eel comes out the cave or whatever.
It's a weirdly sexual 70s movie.
About sea creatures.
Aye.
Oh, yeah. He's like, it's a smart fish, whatever. It goes under the boat because it's when it's going out. By the way, fun fact, in the book, he uses a dog chain so the shark can't bite through it, apparently. Like a dog.
As a leader?
Yeah.
Huh.
It makes more sense because when they start attaching the barrels, which we'll get there in a second, I'm like, why doesn't Josh just bite through that shit? Because he bit through the other thing.
Well, yeah. They harpoon him in the back, though, for that.
Yeah, but how much lead is there? He can't come around and bite any part of it?
He does at the end.
I know. What took him so long?
Well, he's not that smart. He is still a fish.
Okay, so the line snaps when they're fishing. And Josh is like, fuck off. And then Brody's like throwing chum in or whatever. And then Josh is like, hi, friend. And he like pops up on the back of the boat.
It's a big scare, a big jump scare.
I didn't think it was.
Well,
I thought it was funny.
So
because he literally is smiling. He's like, hey, police chief.
Well, you don't see it. So originally, I guess, for this one, that was the big jump scare. And they didn't do Ben in the boat.
Oh.
And then they added Ben in the boat later. And Spielberg decided after watching test audiences that the shark jump scare got about half the reaction that it did before. And so he figured that you only get one big jump scare in a movie. And so he left the Ben one in, but that wasn't in the original cut. That
I agree with that, though. That one made me actually jump.
Well, his theory was that the audience is now expecting jump scares a little bit more. But it was also one of the first uses of a jump scare in a movie.
You're just full of the fun facts today.
Well, I read the trivia page.
Like, that's all you did? You didn't take one note?
I've got an okay memory for some of this.
Some.
So
anyways, let's see here. Oh, yeah, this is when the famous line happens. And then Brody's like, we're going to need a
bigger boat.
Thank you. And they think it's Jaws is 25 feet and like 3 tons or something, I think.
Yeah. Well, apparently males can only grow up to 15 feet.
It is
females
a female.
Can grow up to 20.
She's so smart, that beautiful fish. They even say she's smart 15 times. I literally, when I get there's a thing in the note, in my notes that says, I think it's a girl.
Steven Spielberg named the mechanical fish Bruce.
The mechanical fish, not Jaws. Which is, we can fight about this all day if you want. Jaws, the pretty woman shark, is circling the boat, and Quint goes to harpoon. And this is when Brody's wife calls on the radio.
Oh, yeah. And Quint just picks up and goes, hey, sorry, we're on our way back. We're busy now, right now. Bye, and just hangs up on her.
Yeah, and he's like, we'll bring some fish back or something, like, for dinner.
We harpooned some mackerel. We're on our way back.
Yeah.
We'll be there in an hour.
Oh, my God. I laughed so hard because Jaws is, like, actively attacking them.
Well, he really has a hard-on for not letting him talk to his wife.
Oh, yeah.
He is convinced that they're all going to die on that boat or be stuck there or something. He does not want any kind of mutiny on his orca.
This is true. On his orca, the one thing you remember. What's the police chief's name?
Not Hooper. Brody.
There you go.
Yeah.
What's Hooper's first name? Matthew. So anyways.
I didn't read the book.
They say it like one time.
I'm actually terrible with it.
Me too. Okay, so they're going to shoot the first barrel, but Hooper has to go get that tracker thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand that because I feel like they don't use it at all.
They don't use it to track him. It's like they use it like just as a blinker so they can see it at night.
But it's like, okay. I guess I like did not understand that part.
I've never gone shark.
It says
I've never gone
tracker.
shark fishing, so I don't know all the intricacies.
Right.
But it seems to me.
Message us. No.
Yeah.
Leave a review. Tell us about shark fishing.
I would also go if invited. But it seems like they're going to try to harpoon it with the barrel, and then it will wear itself out trying to go under.
They explain this extensively.
And then eventually they can catch it and tie it to the boat and drag it in, and
drown it, as he says, which it's like dry drowning, kind of.
Ghost Runner.
Yeah.
Listen, you're trying to kill something.
But like,
you're not trying to be
saying
humane about it.
He puts the tracker thing on, and it literally says like shark tracker on the like barrel of it. It was weird. It delayed everything.
Probably is connected to the fucking radar in his fancy boat back at the dock.
Well, I think they wanted that scene because it's like, oh, stress because he's taking forever to put it on the barrel.
Right. It does build a lot.
And
of
then
tension.
they were like, oh yeah, we're not going to use that.
Yeah. That seems fair.
Yeah. So then he shoots the shark, gets the barrel, whatever. Like you said, so it can't dive down longer, whatever. And they're trying to follow it.
But fuck you, it's Jaws, so it does.
Yep. And now we got to go into the nighttime, which they say multiple times in the book. Don't fuck with a shark at night, but they do it multiple times. Yeah. Anyways, so let's see here.
And you come to my favorite scene.
Where they're downstairs and they're eating.
And drinking.
And he takes out his fake tooth.
Well, and they're comparing scars.
That is really funny. Brody's
was actually real. He had his appendix out, so that wasn't even a prosthetic. That was just straight up in the middle of filming. He ad-libbed, lifted his shirt up, and showed his scar.
Is it weird that that's not what I thought he was doing?
It's a weirdly sexual book.
I literally was like, they're showing their scars to each other, Hooper and Quint.
Yeah.
And then Brody literally lifts his shirt, and it looks like he looks down his pants, and I'm like, do you not feel adequate? Like, what is happening right now?
He just wanted to have a scar, too.
It's
a lot broing out on a boat.
Yeah.
But then they get to singing
yes.
Show Me the Way to Go Home, and there's nothing like a good drinking song. And they do
you want to talk about Quint's past?
The story of the USS Indianapolis?
Yes, which
sure
I'm
do.
From Indiana.
You know about the USS Indianapolis?
I sure do. But I'm going to let you take it. Real fact, 150 sailors were eaten by sharks during that.
Yeah, so...
Fucked.
If you've seen the movie, then you already know most of this, I would assume. But the USS Indianapolis...
They're not. They're listening to us.
Maybe we're like their friends talking about it after they watch it.
How many episodes do you have? Oh, half of one currently.
Okay, I feel like I'm being victimized now. So the USS Indianapolis was the ship that actually took the atomic bomb out to the island to go bomb Japan.
You're welcome.
And on the way back, the Japanese also got a hold of it.
Nuke
And
the
because it was on a
shit.
secret mission, it didn't have any radar on.
That was like the most fucked up part because they couldn't even call for.
Right.
Yeah,
Radio
yeah.
silence. So they go down with 900 sailors. About 150 died during the wreck, or maybe 300. Anyway, there are about 280 survivors after 110 hours out at sea from dehydration
Sharks.
or going crazy. Sharks, although it sounds like not as many people died of shark attacks as
150.
much just
That's
got.
a lot. That's the biggest
That's
shark
how many
attack
bodies
like ever.
they found with shark bites.
But
So
they
it
also
might
have
have been
people
people who got eaten who were already dead, they think. But
Still.
it's still not a great. It's not your first draft choice.
Oh, I'm sorry,
in ways to
100,
die.
not 150. Oh, my bad.
Because apparently sharks are afraid of flailing around in water. So the ones who are alive, flailing. The ones who were dead or passed out, they probably had a bad time with it.
Maybe.
There's a really, I think this is the World War II shipwreck where one of the priests gave up his life jacket to somebody who was going to drown and then just swam off in the distance to die so people didn't try to save him. And he got like a Medal of Honor, I think, for it. But just shout out to the Catholic Church. Wow.
I've been crossing myself.
I was going to say
this.
at some point somebody needs to explain how crossing yourself works. But anyway.
I'm doing the baseball way.
Home run coming. But yeah, it took him because just some passing planes saw him and sent people to come save him.
Yeah, they didn't even report that they hadn't like gone back to port yet or
because
whatever.
they couldn't because it was a secret mission. So it ended up 900 sailors went out and I think about 300 came back.
Yeah,
and then they had reunions until the last one died like 20 years ago.
Wild. So
Yeah.
in this, Quint was one of the survivors, and he's like, "I'll never wear a life jacket again."
Well, to be fair,
Yeah, but then he hunts sharks for a living.
Well, you know, if I was bobbing for apple for a shark for 4 days, I might not be enthusiastic. I might be like, just kill me. Fuck it. It's over. Sign me up. I'm
done.
out. I'm
well,
out.
that's basically what he does.
Yeah.
So we'll get there. So they hear the whale, and then they start singing, and then the barrel pops up,
And the barrel pops up,
and
in the
the
foreground.
shark starts fucking up the boat.
Yeah, and then
No, wait, my favorite part.
okay.
When the shark lights the boat on fire. And
I don't-
Quint's like, hey, Brody, put out that fire.
Dude, Quint's a cool customer. He's a grizzled old veteran who doesn't have time for your bullshit or your lantern fires.
It's true.
No, so the shark just starts like ramming the side of the boat, breaking it, which Mythbusters did a thing on it. I guess technically a shark could do.
Yeah. Depends on the boat, I would assume.
Yeah, not like a fancy boat, obviously.
They should have
but
taken
like
Hoopers.
a shitty wooden fishing boat that's probably 40 years old, probably about the same
What's
time
it
as
called?
Minneapolis.
What's its name?
The Orca. A shitty boat like the Orca, you could. And so one of the lanterns falls off during the battering ram attack on the side of the boat.
And Quint's literally just like, hey, put that fire out,
Hey,
would
put
you?
that fucking fire out, buddy. We got shit to do.
He's so chill. It's like my favorite thing.
Listen, he's here to kill sharks and fuck around, and he's all out of fucking around. So
yeah. But then the power goes out because the shark cut the power because she's a genius, apparently.
well,
No, I know.
I think it drowned the motor or something.
Yeah. I don't know a lot about boats, like schematically.
Here's statistically not going to be my last fun fact, though, to go back. The Indianapolis scene.
Oh my God.
Shaw, bad alcoholic when he was an actor,
Yes.
got actually drunk to shoot it, butchered the shit out of it, called Steven Spielberg, asked for a retake, did it in one take, the next day sober, and that's the one in the movie. Just flawlessly threw it out there.
That's
Shakespearean English actors, they're phenomenal when they're sober. Then he died at 51. Cruel.
okay. So power's out and they go outside because it's nighttime, kind of, but for filming purposes,
Dusky.
it's not.
Dusky.
I think it's a film issue though. Like I think it's supposed to be nighttime, but
It's like a nighttime with a full moon.
yeah. So Quint just tries to shoot the shark, just straight up shoot him. They do get some shot. I don't know if they shoot him then, but the shark gets shot several times throughout this section.
Well, this is when my favorite thing in the whole movie, the detail that I've clearly not paid attention to until this point, is when Brody puts on his holster and gun and just decides he's going to get out in a fucking shootout with this shark at some point.
Wouldn't
You're
you?
on a boat. Why do you need a gun, a pistol strapped to your hip while you're on a boat?
I have a fun fact for you.
I'd love to hear it.
Okay, so Hooper has an affair with the wife in the book.
Oh, so he's going to shoot Hooper?
He gets in a fight with Hooper because he suspects whatever, and he goes to reach for his gun, but he didn't bring his gun with him. So it doesn't even come on the boat. But he wanted to shoot the shit out of Hooper.
Well, to be fair.
The next day, they're fixing the boat. I don't know how. They're just like, whatever.
They're trying to fix the engine to get the power back on so that they can leave.
Right. And the barrel's back. And this is when I said, why doesn't Josh just bite through the, like, barrel line or whatever? But anyways, they pull the barrel in, and Josh is like, hey, guys, it's my barrel. and then he like swims off with it.
Well, they shoot him a couple more times, don't they? With a couple more barrels.
Well, you don't give a shark a barrel and then try to take it away from her.
But they shoot it twice with 2 more barrels. It ends up with 3 barrels.
Not yet. Because, okay, this is the part where Brody tries to call the Coast Guard and then Quint comes up with a baseball bat or whatever.
Right. Yeah. And then he comes up and just beats the ever-living shit out. He's like, Mayday, Mayday, Mayday. And Quint just comes up with a baseball bat from nowhere because everybody has those on a boat and just beats the shit. Yeah. I wonder if that wasn't something like a fish-killing hammer or something.
That's what I thought, too. Because I was like, why does he have 2 baseball bats? But they're like real baseball bats.
It was either a baseball bat or like those wooden sticks that truckers use to like hit their tires or something to make sure, I guess. You can use them.
It's a shark beater.
One time I used one to kill a fish.
I'm sure he's done that too.
Definitely. So maybe it's like a common fishing thing. I don't know. That's how it happened for me. In its skull, hard. We killed it. Anyway, that's not the point of the story.
Murderer. Hey, did you know about serial killers, that animal abuse? Someone told me that earlier this episode.
If the closest I've come to animal abuse is hitting a fish that I went fishing for with a hammer to kill it, then
I thought it was a baseball bat.
It was a weird bat thing. I don't know.
Okay. They shoot him with another barrel right in the dorsal fin.
Yeah.
And
then one in the lip.
Yeah. So he has 3 barrels on him. Excuse me.
Don't misgender.
I know. I've already decided. And this is when Brody's firing his pistol again or whatever. But then the barrels pull up, whatever. Brody's an idiot and he tries to tie it. And that's when he catches Hooper.
Yeah. Which now that you've said this about the book seems intentional.
Yes.
Because Hooper looks like an immense pain. It's a little overacting in my opinion. Because it's like the back of his legs. But then he like arches back like he was in an old Western and got shot in the spine.
He slips out super easy though.
And then they pull it back. And then, he jumps out.
Yeah. But Jaws is like, hey, I'm going to fuck this boat up. And starts tipping it over.
Yeah. It turns out he's not a fan of being drugged back.
Yeah. So they straighten it out, blah, blah, blah. Also, like, a side note, just random. I love how Quint, when he's yelling at Hooper about driving, he's like, hey, idiot, are you watching? Like, turn to the side. I said slow down. And there's, like, no direction, but he's just screaming at him constantly that he's doing it wrong.
They were not friends in the movie. They were not friends in real life.
I loved it. Oh, this is where my side note says, side note, how are we sure Jaws is a boy? Seems too smart. It's probably a girl.
That's what it took you to.
Exact quote. Anyways, so let's see. Oh, yeah. That's when the barrel flies over and drills Brody in the face.
Yep.
That was pretty good. And the shark's sinking the boat.
This is about the part where I start rooting.
That's what I'm saying.
This is about the part of the movie where I decided that maybe the shark's not so. Maybe the shark has some good points, and we should listen to its point of view.
They're fucking with her.
Maybe they're Maybe it's hungry.
And they're messing with her, though.
And
at this point,
they're screwing with him. We're going to use different pronouns for this shark.
It's okay.
It's very 2022 of us.
Did you just flinch like I was going to slap you?
I don't know how offended you're going to be.
Okay, anyways, Jaws is officially pissed that she has 3 barrels on her.
You changed pronouns mid. No, it's didn't.
I did.
That's fake.
So she managed to go under and they're like, holy shit, whatever. And then she tips the boat again. And I said, can you blame her? I'm telling you. Okay, so now she's chasing them because they're trying to go back to shore. And their engine blows?
Yeah.
Quint blows out the engine.
Yeah, instead of going at half speed or whatever, he decides to go full on ramming speed and blows out the motor in a very predictable and preventable way.
Right.
They could have ended the whole movie in a less dramatic way.
And then there's a ton of water and something explodes. I have no idea what's going on. I don't understand boats.
Yeah, so...
And then he gets the fire exxtinguisher. No, the shark makes it explode.
The shark... No, they're just trying to go too fast.
Oh, I thought this was when she was ramming
the engine blows, and when the engine blows, the pump that's been pumping out water because they're sinking because of the shark headbutting. I like the
hand pump.
Yeah, then they get the Swedish-made dick enlarger from Austin Powers out and start doing that. And, they...
I like how you had to shake that off.
No. Still trying to, like, take a breath. Anyway, they get out the Swedish-made penis enlarger from Austin Powers, and they start trying to do that because the boat's sinking because they've screwed up everything else in the stupid boat.
Right.
And they now have this sinking raft thing.
Yeah. And
which gets the penultimate climax of the movie.
Yes. So Quint gets 2 life jackets, not one for himself.
Right.
Which leads back. Whatever. It's just...
Bobbing for apples.
I appreciate it. Yeah, I know.
For apples, you don't want to be that guy.
And then Hooper randomly is like, I'm going in the shark cage. I have to talk to you about this, about what actually happens in the book.
To be fair, they did bring that fucking shark cage, and they have not used it once.
What'd they call it? They called it the anti-shark...
Anti-shark swimming defense prison cell of sadness.
In the book, they use it not when the boat is sinking. They use it just like randomly in the middle as a trying to get the shark. And... Hooper...
Oh, because they have No. So there's actually a point to this. They
He
have
has a
some
little dart
fancy
thing.
gel thing that's going to put the shark to sleep or
In his
kill it or
mouth.
something if they can shoot it in its mouth like a syringe for a small child.
Yes. But in the book, listen to this shit.
Yeah.
So he gets in the cage and he's trying to take pictures of it because you know how like in the movie he's taking pictures above? No, he's doing this in the water. He pets Jaws twice before Jaws breaks open that freaking cage.
But he doesn't stick the syringe in his mouth.
No. And he dies in the book. And it's really funny because Jaws comes up and has like Hooper's like laying in his mouth and then Brody shoots Hooper in the head on accident trying to shoot the shark.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
That's pretty good.
It's
That's kind of
pretty
fun.
good.
Well, you
It's
know,
pretty good. He doesn't die in the movies though.
He did fuck his wife.
He did.
Well, in all fairness, I'm sure probably shooting him in the head while he was getting eaten by a shark might be putting him out of his misery a little bit.
I think he was already dead.
Oh.
It's a whole thing. But
Well,
anyways, in the movie,
That's just street justice then.
right. I'll let you take what actually happens in the movie because so he gets in the shark cage.
So he gets in the shark cage to go fuck around with the shark, which, you know, is never going to work out very well because it's Jaws. And then Jaws just battering rams the shit out of the shark cage and destroys it a little bit, as one does when they're trying to eat the human bait in the fancy cage.
But what does
And-
he do when he gets hit? What does he drop?
Drops his shit, drops everything, as
Per
is the
usual.
tradition. As is the tradition, gets scared, drops everything. And then Jaws,
He didn't even have it ready either. Like the shark goes past him and he's like, I guess I'll maybe take the cork off.
well, either the cage is made out of aluminum or Jaws is very strong.
She is. She's a beast.
I said Jaws.
I know. I'm just saying she is. She's a beast. 3 barrels.
He's a big damn shark, and
She- So he
it
gets out.
rips apart the cage.
I want to know why the lid of the cage comes off so easily either.
Probably
Also-
because it's just held together by screws.
Well, and they makeshift put it together while the boat is sinking.
Well, to be fair, if Jaws is 25 feet and the average is 15 feet or 20 feet, then it's also probably not designed to handle that big of a shark.
Probably. So what happens? He gets out and does
So
what? What does he do?
Hooper swims down like a little sea urchin into
Oh,
coral reef.
My note says like a bitch.
Like a bitch.
Not a sea urchin, but that's okay.
Like a crab.
Like a crab. So then they're trying to pull, who is it? Quint and Brody. See, like I had to look.
I got it that time.
I know, had to pull up, or they're trying to pull up the cage or whatever.
Yep.
And
The
pulley snaps or whatever.
the
And they
pulley arm thing.
Yeah. And they finally get it up and they're like, oh, Hooper's not there. He's probably dead.
Definitely dead. There's
Yeah.
a mangled cage hanging, and
And there should be blood in the water because he does stab Jaws when he's down there with that stick thing or whatever.
the harpoon
Yeah. C words.
stick thing.
Anyways, then Jaws is like, hey, ladies, you want to party? And jumps in the boat.
Yeah, it was weird that it like just jumps in the boat.
That's not what happens in the book.
It's like they ran out of time and shit, so they're like, "Yep, fuck it,
Yeah.
end it. This is where we go."
Well, spoilers, but Jaws doesn't die via explosion in the books, just gets shot at a bunch. And then Quint just gets dragged down. He gets a rope like around his leg,
Mm-hmm.
and then he gets dragged down and drowned by Jaws' dying body.
From getting shot.
Like, yeah, like they shoot him enough that he dies. And then Quint gets raveled up in a rope and it pulls him down, and then the weight of the shark is
Poor
pulling
Clint,
him.
my favorite character,
Yeah.
goes down like that.
And then guess what? Brody
That's
watches it
fucked
because
up.
he opens his eyes in the fucking ocean and watches it.
Brody's a dick.
Anyways, not in the you'd like him in the book. So anyways, so Jaws is like, hey ladies, let's party. I'm in the boat. Quint slides down.
Yeah, he jumps in,
And
the
the
whole boot
air-
kind of tipsies.
Well, in the air tank thing lands on his hand, and that's why
So
he has to let go.
and then he falls straight into a shark's mouth.
And he's kicking.
It has kind of an awesome death scene, really.
It's like the grossest one out of all of them.
I liked it.
No, I'm saying like they kept it tame, I think, up until like
Yeah.
the
There wasn't a lot of,
explosion
like-
of blood out of his mouth and everything.
You had to have a death. Like
Yeah,
a good one.
yeah.
Because the other ones were like scary. It's kind of like a horror movie trope, isn't it? Like
Yeah,
you
yeah.
build the suspense and you don't get to see anything, and at the end the monster comes, and usually it's not very scary, but
Right.
this time it's at least eating somebody in half.
Right. It was gross is not a negative. I'm just
It was
saying
good.
compared to the other deaths.
It looked the most realistic of all the shark deaths, I think, in the movie.
The only thing I didn't like though, it's like he has like a foot in and then all of a sudden he's like halfway in.
Well,
They skipped ahead.
he was slipping.
Whatever. Boat's sinking. Brody thinks everyone's dead.
Brody thinks everybody's dead, so he throws one of the air compressors into.
As Jaws comes into the cabin.
Yeah. Jaws is just walking around now. Jaws has grown 4 legs at this point, and he is just
She's evolved.
Everywhere, wherever you want to be.
This
it's
is
just going
evolution.
on a walking tour of the boat.
Yeah.
And so he throws an air compressor in Jaws's mouth.
Jaws.
And then-
Jaws.
And then Jaws is Jaws. And then Jaws just wanders around with the air compressor like a toothpick for 20 minutes.
Doesn't
for
swallow
some unknown
it.
reason.
This is not what
Spit
happens.
it out. Doesn't do a
Nope.
shit. And then continues to wreck the boat. So at the end,
Yeah.
Brody climbs the mast and gets in the little crow's nest with his gun and his harpoon.
Yes.
And he harpoons Jaws until he too drops his harpoon. And then Jaws is like swimming, somehow gets very far away for no apparent reason
Yeah.
to build tension.
Well, yeah.
And so then he can slowly swim at him while he just takes pot shots until eventually he hits the air compressor.
And then my note says, hits the tank and the shark blows up like the most cartoon kind of way.
Like one of those whale carcasses on a beach that they try to get rid of with dynamite.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chum City. And then
Oh, yeah. Hooper.
Hooper reemerges like, oh, we still partying?
Pops up. Yep.
Like a bitch.
That's what it says. Pops up after hiding like a bitch.
Like a bitch. And it's like, oh, I guess we're done now. Great.
And they use the barrels.
And then they use the remaining 2 barrels because they had 5. Use 3, 2 spares.
Yeah.
Fun math.
Oh, but
And-
no, first they have to be like, Quint, no.
Oh, yeah.
And that's all they talk about.
Yeah.
Quint got, I would be like, the shark fucking bit him in half. I'd be screaming. I wouldn't just be like, no.
You'd be in shock, too, like that fucking pussy
And
kid
then,
on the beach.
yeah, and then I need
Yeah.
coffee and ice cream. Or coffee flavored ice cream.
Maybe
Not
it
really
was
sure.
the first one of those iced coffees.
Ooh.
Maybe that's where he invented it.
Ooh. You know how I feel about iced coffee. Very basic.
White Girl.
Mm-mm.
Tracks. That tracks.
I said, okay, so they're swimming back. And I said they're laughing like there aren't other fucking sharks out there. And they're surrounded by blood.
Not territorial sharks based off of whatever. There was like a whole thing about why Jaws was going to be like,
He's rogue.
he's a rogue territorial something.
I will say in the end of this book, they have like notes from the author to whoever about like things they didn't like about the changes. And the author is saying like the rogue shark idea he did not like.
Yes.
So just so you know.
I read something, I can't remember the exact wording, so I wasn't going to say it, but it was something about how the author, the screenplay guy, was like, if I knew anything about sharks, I probably wouldn't have movie.
Oh my God.
Because I don't think any of it was accurate, and people are scared of shit that doesn't happen.
My brother.
Your brother.
See?
So I woke up swimming in Lake Michigan.
Yeah.
So what'd you think all in all?
I was going to ask you, rank it. I would watch it again.
I'd watch it again. I
wouldn't like go out of my way to watch it, but I'm like, I really liked the book, if you couldn't tell.
Well, thank God we're doing a
But
movie
then there's
podcast.
also stuff about, I know, there's also stuff, hey, my other podcast is about books, so if you want to come find me, shameless plug. No, I had mixed feelings about the book, I will say, because the author has never been with a woman. That's for sure.
Poor Peter Benchley.
He's going to write me and be like, hey, bitch, listen.
Fuck you.
But the movies is very 70s. I mean, I laughed at parts I shouldn't have. That was like my biggest issue.
I don't know if you've ever seen like Piranha or some of the other 70s horror movies,
yeah.
but this is definitely the least campy,
Well, yeah.
weird 70s movie. I think I thought it was good. I liked it. I liked the suspense. You can see where you get some of the advances in cinema.
Yeah. Yeah.
And technique and suspense and whatnot. And
I
Steven
can't believe you
Spielberg's a
hated
master.
Brody, though.
Yeah, I
Can you tell me why? Because
he sucks. He's just a whiny
I like
bitch.
him better
He's
than everyone else.
He is a whiny bitch, start to finish. He does nothing. He is the worst cop. He kind of tries. He half-asses it through most of it. He's afraid of literally fucking everything.
Read the
He
book.
contributes jack and or shit.
Read the book.
He contributes jack and or shit to the team. He carries around his pistol at his hip like a pussy to defend himself from the shark on the water.
Hey, she's walking around now.
Which until she goes for a stroll.
I do like the part though when he's like, when they're talking
And
about
then at
him
the
living
end,
on an island, he's like, only if you're looking from the ocean.
And then he gets lucky and accidentally kills the shark against his best judgment, barely
Okay.
trying.
Do you think they were supposed to be like, oh, he's planning to explode this barrel? It was kind of like in between for me because they talk about it
looks like
being-
he was hoping that Jaws would bite it and explode itself.
Yeah.
But he was like 6 feet from him when he did it, which is not a smart play because he's the worst character in the book.
Movie. Not in the book. The worst character in the book is probably the mayor.
Oh, I kind of like the mayor.
Not in the book where he's like,
I mean, he's not a great guy.
he comes to Elle and he's like, we could have had a better life together if we blah blah blah, and then he
What
just
is
like
this
moves
book
away.
about? Is this just a sex book?
Ask the author. He had to fulfill his fantasies of never being with a woman.
Literally, from the way you describe it, it sounds like Fabio should have been on the cover. Jaws should have been Fabio in a costume.
Should have.
Pre-bird attack.
There's literally more detail on that whole sex thing between the wife and Hooper than there are detail about the shark attacks.
How many pages are we talking?
20.
20 pages?
It's an entire chapter.
When does it happen? When they're drinking at his house?
No, they go to... This can all go in the outtakes, but like they go to...
Put it in. Who gives a shit?
I know, right? Okay, so... Goddamn. So she dated Hooper's older brother in high school.
I'm all you on.
And Hooper's 10 years younger than her, whatever. And she's a rich bitch and he's a rich bitch. And then her husband's just like a poor sheriff, whatever. So she's like, I need that world again. She starts powdering her tits and whatever. Literally.
I'm sorry. Can you explain that last term to me? What is powdering her tits?
She literally powders them and whatever before she goes out.
What happened?
I don't know. I don't do it. So I don't know. So anyways.
This is so bizarre.
So then she calls him. She's like, do you want to meet for lunch? Blah, blah, blah. And then they start talking at lunch. And he's like, if I get too drunk, we're going to do stuff. She's like, cool, I'll have another drink. And then he's like, what's your wildest fantasy or whatever. And she tells him. And of course, it's about rape because his author's obsessed with rape.
What?
Yes. And then he's like, go take your underwear off and blah, blah, blah. And I would do this, that in the car and this, that at the hotel, blah, 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 blah. So then the waitress comes to the check and she's like, I have to go powder my nose. He's like, I know you do. Because he knows she's going to go take off her underwear or whatever. Then they have sex and she's like, he was staring at the wall and he was really intense. And I had to tell him that I was still down here. And I'm like, you writing from experience, author?
What?
Yes.
It is Jaws.
This is Jaws. It's like chapter 6 or 7. It's like right in the middle.
Huh. That sounds like The Graduate.
I didn't write it. It was weird. Oh, and then literally the next chapter starts with like, oh yeah, the mob broke this cat's neck in front of Brody's kid.
I feel like they just put a different book in the middle of Jaws.
I know. There's 3 parts. Part 2 could have gone without.
Honestly, the movie is just part 1 and part 3.
Basically. But Brody and Hooper, like, there's like class issues. Like Hooper's like rich and then Brody's poor, so he feels insecure and blah, blah, blah.
But they only
blah.
mention that like a little bit in the movie.
Yeah, but they like love each other in the movie, I think. They're like besties.
Well, I guess maybe it's Quint and Hooper who talk about class.
When
and
they're
he
on the
asks
boat,
about
he's
being
like,
rich or whatever.
he asked that, no.
No, back on land, I thought when they were doing the fancy boat and shit, he asked, like, who pays for all this stuff? And he
Yeah,
goes,
Brody and Hooper do that.
did somebody ask him if he was rich? And he said, yeah, kind of. And they said, you're
The
your family?
family,
Or did
yeah.
I make that up?
No, that happened.
Okay.
He's super rich in the books. And then she wants that. But she also, I don't know. But then when Hooper dies, she's like, I wasn't that sad about it. I just wanted my husband to come home. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Well, you don't want to have orphan kids. That sounds like an expensive thing. You're a
He's
housewife.
out fishing. James Bond is out fishing.
You got to go back to work now. You got to get
She's a nurse. She's doing just
career.
fine.
Why would she wander around the hospital half naked if she was a nurse?
No, she packed the dress clothes and stuff. And then she had a migraine because it was her time of the month. So she had to leave for work. And then that's when she met at the restaurant and put on her high heels and all that shit.
No, I mean when her kid went to shock.
Oh.
I didn't read the book, so I don't have a lot of reference points to that.
I don't think they made her a nurse in the movie.
Okay, well, that makes more sense. Because she just went straight in a bikini to the hospital.
Yeah. She wasn't in a bikini. It was like one piece. Strapless black. I remember. I'm very detail oriented.
It seems that way.
Okay. I don't even know how to finish this though.
So what did you think about the movie? Final thoughts?
It was okay.
On a scale of 1 to 10?
Ooh. Like we're talking like old movies, right? Because old movies are in a different category of like new movies. Like I can't hate on like the explosion
How about
scene.
watch it again? On a scale of 1 to 10, watch it again, enjoyment.
Like a 6.
Like a 6?
I watched it twice.
You did watch it twice. I don't think I could have watched it twice. I could have, but I could not have paid attention. I barely paid attention once. Because I've seen it before.
Funny.
Well, I've seen it before. So I'd be like key up on the parts where I knew something
yeah.
was going to happen, and the other parts I'd had a long day and I was tired.
It's not my fault.
I had a cocktail. It was fine. Everybody enjoyed themselves. I would say I would give it like a 5, 6
That's
for
what I
me
said,
for like
6.
watchability, like for wanting to watch it again. Probably as a movie itself, the first time you see it, I'd give it like an 8 or an 8.5.
Yeah.
But that would have been in the 70s and whatever.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's a different ranking system.
Maybe we do it as during the time of, and then today's ranking of how much you want to watch it again. So I give it an 8.5 for the time of as a movie, and then a 5.6 for how much I'd watch it again.
I'm at like a 6 for rewatchability, but I give it like also for time being.
I think that works.
Nailed it. I picked Jaws, so now Jack's gonna.
I think we're gonna go in honor of the 4th of July.
Yeah.
with Will Smith's Independence Day.
Yeah.
A little Cousin Eddie action, little Christmas in July.
Let's do it.
All right.
The end.
Bye. All right. What do we?
I need to adjust the sound level.
Modulate my voice.
Look, that's you. Keep talking.
Talk louder?
Yeah.
My,
Because we're going to be screaming at each
welcome
other.
to my thrill
Oh, look.
set.
See, look. That's closer to what we
Christ,
want. Look at mine.
screamer.
Look, that's what we want. Look at yours. Yours is crap.
Well, that's because I'm quiet.
No, okay, no. You need
Do I have to get closer? Is that better? You fucking literally. I swear to God.
Stop.
You literally are the one who put this microphone
Look,
here.
I'm going to leave that in. That's going in the outtakes.
Do you remember that time
Look.
that I wanted to have my microphone far away?
No,
and you're
that's
like,
good.
No,
Look.
it's too close.
Look at yours.
It's too
Okay, but now
far.
mine's
I don't
fucked up.
understand how it works. I feel like I'm swallowing it.
You have to be close to it.
I have to
Look,
be this.
I need your shit to be
I have to be
lower
this
than that.
obnoxiously close.
Go a little bit back.
It's literally inside of me. I am being penetrated by
Look,
this microphone.
I can turn your... It's... is
Oral
that okay?
penetration is penetration. Rape is rape.
Oh my God.
It's...
You're an idiot.
Yeah.
Look at you. Don't look at it.
Is my thing loud enough?
No.
Oh,
Wait,
Jesus.
go closer and talk. Let me
Is
see.
it loud enough? Am I too loud? Am I
No,
too quiet? Okay, well, fuck.
I can edit it
Well,
afterwards.
you're shrieking.
Well, because I'm looking at the thing.
Why the fuck does you looking at the thing make you
'cause
shriek?
look now. What is it like now?
Still you shrieking.
Fine.
That's a lot of you shrieking.
Look.
Is it because your voice is so shrill?
Okay, shut up. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Look, we're only like, and that's testing. We tested for like 3 minutes.
I still don't see my thing moving.
Talk.
I am talking. It
Look,
just doesn't
it's
seem
fine.
to give
when
a
you
shit.
talk, look, it's fine.
Well, I'm being very close and loud. All right, I see it. Okay, do you feel better? I feel... Ooh, look, I'm touching the top rope.
There you go. Okay, so anyways.
You're going to hate this.
Shut up. Editing is going to be a nightmare. Okay. Did you just check your watch? Because I will fucking kill you. We're not even 30 minutes in, and I'm halfway through my notes. See, perfect.
No. See what time it was to call from my dad, who I hope isn't calling out my grandmother.
Okay, I'll pause it.
You're fine.
Do you want to call him?
No.
Literally, though,
rarely
I'm
for me.
halfway.
All right,
We're
let's do it.
halfway. I'm doing
This is
good.
great.
And I'm speeding through this. So it's going to be a little short because you're all like, yeah, I didn't watch the movie. So anyways, tell me
About
that Hooper
Hooper.
hasn't hooked up with a shark. Or tried to.
I think that he's enjoyed sticking stuff in sharks.
Do you like that lady with the dolphin?
Yeah.
Ugh.
What?
That's a story for not on mic.
Oh, yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah. And then the dolphin killed itself.
I hope people can imagine looking at that.
Anyways.
Subject is-
Anyways, that's stuff about the book, which I can't stop talking about. But anyways, okay. So dead body, got it. Oh no! It's like, shut up.
I'm just trying to provide a pause so you can find the spot later.
Oh, we're getting to the part you talked about 50 times. Oh, we got a 6-year-old knocking. What's up? Yes, you can have the cookies and you can play in the backyard. Okay, bye. Shut the door. I put cookies on the kitchen table to keep them entertained. Anyways,
Responsible.
see, that was easy. 5 seconds. Okay, so whatever.
Yeah, it felt like the
No, staying in the outtakes.
what?
Putting that in the outtakes.
Oh, all right.
You're gonna be a really good grandpa.
Well, it's this new foam thing.
It's special for you. It's your
It's
foam
been
thing.
in my nose,
Look how good your levels are, though.
allegedly.
Anyways, shut up. Okay, so I don't remember the boat sinking. Oh yeah, and then it
So it
explosion.
explodes. The engine overheats and explodes. You can probably cut that last part and put it to the end instead of the middle there. After we do the explosion part,
Okay, yeah, I know. I'm probably
We're
gonna have to do
a
that, but I
rough
had.
edit.
I
here.
know. I'm the one doing it. What do you care?
All right. Well, you have to do it too, so we can have somewhat of a conversation, or it's weird.
What?
So say something about how it's my pick or whatever.
Okay. Thanks for listening to Trash Panda Movie Club.
It was trash and filled with pandas.